Hi everyone, my name is Zaina. Welcome back to my plant channel. If you are interested in plant content, I would consider subscribing if you are interested, and thank you for watching. Today I will be repotting a bunch of my cuttings that I have. So if you guys don't know, which you probably don't if you're just subscribed to my plant channel, but I have mentioned on my dog training channel that we moved. As you can tell, new place for this. In the moving process, I had to make some decisions with my plants, and if I was uncertain if they had a pest, I had to either throw them out or take cuttings and wash off the cuttings. And due to that, I unfortunately lost a bunch of plants that I liked, but at the same time, I am pretty certain that right now all my plants are hopefully pest-free. But yeah, so I have a bunch of cuttings with me, and where we are now, I have all the way in the back, that's a west-facing window, but I also have a grow light set up over there with a plant shelf, and the plant shelf has a lot of space, so I have been getting myself more plants, but before I get too many, I decided, maybe pot up the ones that are cuttings. So to start off, I'm going to pot up the ones that I like the most to the ones that I like the least, because I only brought a couple of pots with me. Oh, I actually need to go get them. Alongside the pots that I have, I also have a few of these plastic clear cups, so I can also use these for some of my plants so I can watch the roots more closely, because I do think I'm probably going to retire the sphagnum moss soon, but I was probably going to use peat moss for this. But yeah, so without further ado, I want to look at my propagation boxes first, because honestly I haven't really touched them since we moved from our first house. Then we stayed at a motel for a little while, and now this is where I'm staying. So right off the bat, everything is looking good. Ooh, some nice shiny new growth. Oh, well, that's exciting. So I'll give you all kind of a backstory on everything. So I have a Hoya Crimson Princess, who I don't think is ready to be potted up yet, but she's putting out new growth, so that's nice. But yeah, she had mealybugs. I have no idea how or why she had mealybugs, but she had mealybugs. So I took cuttings and then chopped her up real good. I'll put her back in after I take out the ones I do want to repot. I want to also repot all the same plant into one pot. I don't want a bunch of separate cuttings right now, so even if some of the cuttings are ready to go, I may not repot them yet if not all of them are ready to go. Okay, so I have some heartleaf philodendron. This one was a suspect of potential mealybugs, so I decided, yep, nope, we're gonna make sure that it doesn't have mealybugs. This is a wet stick propagation from, I used to have a huge Monstera adansonii, and I was bad at watering it, and I don't think the pot had very good drainage. And also at the time, I did not know that once a plant gets root rot, you can't use the soil with another plant, and my mom, one of her plants got root rot, and we didn't have enough soil, so I was just like, whatever, I'll reuse the soil, and bingo bango, my plant died. But I was able to take many cuttings from it. So yeah, I was able, it was salvageable, but I'm disappointed because it was so full and beautiful, and now all the cuttings that I have are honestly pretty neglected because I just get lazy and forget to refill the water, so all the leaves are super crispy. Okay, and then I used to have a gorgeous African violet, but I thought it had mealybugs as well and didn't want to take a risk, so I decided to chop off some of the leaves, because if you didn't know, you can grow a whole new plant from one leaf. I don't want that in there, I don't know what that is. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Some of them are starting to grow, but obviously you don't want to with an African violet, it is just one plant, so a lot of these might go in the plastic cups if they're ready. I don't think that one's ready yet, but if it is, they might get the plastic cup. I have no idea how these plants are alive with no roots. It's been, honestly, I'd say around 1.5 months, and they're like barely rooting. Okay, this one's rooting, but it doesn't have leaves yet. I don't want to mess with the roots too much, so. Here's another wet stick propagation. And another, ooh, that one's nice. This one should be ready to pot, I'd say, but this is another wet stick propagation. More Crimson Princess. Dead plant. Some of them didn't make it. I wasn't expecting a lot of them to make it, but I'm impressed by how many did. Especially since these propagation boxes are cramped. They are at max capacity. Another African violet, and last African violet. I don't think any of those. Well, maybe one of them might be ready to repot. But yeah, the Hoya are definitely gonna have to stay. Ooh, this one has good roots, but no new growth yet, so we'll leave her in for now, I suppose. Okay. So that's the first propagation box, and then the second one is just mostly Monstera Addisonii. Okay. Okay, all of these are definitely ready to be repotted, so I'm just not sure if I want to repot my wet sticks with my water propagations. Let me think. I can probably take some of the nicer ones, and then the not as nice ones can just stay in the water for now. Alright. So, I don't have perlite. These are marble nuggets, but I like to put them at the bottom just to help with the drainage. It's been a little difficult to collect rainwater with everything going on, so I'm saving my rainwater for like my top favorite plants, and right now these plants here are, I'm just gonna be real, not my favorite plants. But yeah, while I'm doing this, I'll kind of just tell you all about the moving situation, I suppose. So basically we lived in town, but we've had land for my entire life. We've had land. And we've been planning to build pretty much my entire life on that land, but it just has never worked out that way. So finally, we decided, yeah, let's go for it. But then right after our house sold, well, right after we listed our house and purchased the, we're getting a side-by-side, but then we're going to add on to it at our woods. Right after we purchased the side-by-side, the market got crazy, and they told us it's going to take a while for the side-by-side to be built, and then our house got bought, and we could not find a place to stay that accepted dogs. And this place is dog-friendly, but not cat-friendly, so I actually get the nicer room. But then my mom and my brother, my brother, he's younger than me, so he still needs to be, like, driven to school yet, he can't drive yet. So my mom has a room, and then there's, like, a living room, kitchen area in the middle, and then my brother's room. And it's so funny, the room that they're staying in, my brother, his room has 4 different beds in it. It's so funny. I don't know why there's that many beds, but who knows. So yeah, I'll show you my shameful water propagations, I suppose. These are all mostly Adansonii. I'm just gonna go through. I don't think, like this one for example, this one's trash. A lot of these will probably be trash. Let's just do this. And then this last one, nah, it's not worth it. I have enough cuttings, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna put my big boy cuttings in first. And if it dies, it dies. Honestly, I've come to terms with this thing already being dead, and with how the leaves are looking, not really my favorite. And like, yeah, a bunch of the baby cuttings are like looking good, but like it used to be a huge, cascading, gorgeous plant. So, you know, this is kind of a downgrade, no matter how like nice some of the cuttings are. Ooh. There we go. A little bit more. Actually, I'll add all the big cuttings, and then I'll worry about the dirt after. Honestly, trash this one. Screw it. I'm just putting in all the cuttings. Honestly, I don't care if they're not well rooted. If they die, there's enough. If it all dies, oh no. It's not like Monstera Adansonia is like super duper rare anymore or anything. So, I can always just get myself a new one. I'll be okay, I think. Somehow go on. It's so ugly. Oh, this is my Monstera Adansonii! So I've decided I am going to put all of these back in. So my African violet's not ready yet. And then my Hoya that aren't ready yet. Okay, now I know I have some plants that are actually ready to go. I'd say this entire propagation jar is hopefully ready to be planted. And I have 2 more pots that I brought along, so it should work out perfectly, hopefully. But yeah, I really, with my situation right now, I don't want duplicates in my plants, so I will hopefully be potentially selling cuttings. It's going to be difficult with winter time being right around the corner. I live in Wisconsin, but I'll make it work. That one's good. Okay. Okay, I think water propagation is the way to go with African violets. Look at her, she's ready. And then, yeah, I'd say it's starting to branch out. These are all ready. And I'm just gonna tuck these leaves in too, even if they don't survive. Oh no. I have plenty to spare of the heartleaf philodendron. And like I said, it's only a heartleaf philodendron. If it doesn't survive, I think I'll be okay. So dusty. lastly, my African violet. Hopefully, she'll live. If not, I'll cry. I'm just kidding, I have a bunch more cuttings. So that's my little repot video. I'm sorry if I wasn't too chatty, but if you like chill videos, maybe this video is for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!